Okay, hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be making a few different meal planners in Notion, all of different difficulty levels. I would just like to say, stick to the end because it may be harder to make the more advanced setups, but they will be easier to maintain in the long run, whereas the easier setups are more work to maintain, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, let's get into it. So we are going to start with the easy ones. Okay, cool. So the easy meal planner, I'm just going to make a little table like this. So literally just / table, and then I'm going to make this 8 rows wide, and you'll see why in a second, and then 4 rows long. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one blank, and I'm going to put in here breakfast, and then across the top I'm just going to put the days of the week. Okay, cool. Now that that's done, I'm just going to so with the simple tables in Notion, you can activate header columns just by toggling it on, and it makes it a bit of a darker colour here. So I'm going to do the same with this one as well. Voila. So that is pretty straightforward as a meal planner. You would go in and write in your meals, so I'll just go and quickly do that. Okay, cool. Now that's done, we can see that we have a pretty basic meal planner here. So this works for maybe 1 week before it gets annoying to maintain. So I'm going to show you now. It's still in the easy realm. Don't worry, it's still in the easy realm. A bit of a hack almost. So that you don't have to, because with this new text editing, you know how it like drags that rather than like you can't really drag like whole boxes without selecting the whole table. And if I go on clear row, it's just gonna like delete breakfast as well, which is just like too much maintenance. So we're gonna make life easy for ourselves, and we are gonna make a template button. Now template buttons are super cool. I'll just quickly show you what this one does. So you click add new to do, and it makes a little to do checkbox thingy. Okay, cool. So I don't want that though. I want to make this whole table again. So it's actually super easy to do that in Notion. So I am going to go ahead and off camera painfully delete every single one of these theme. Actually no, we'll duplicate it first. Don't be daft. Okay, duplicate, and I mean you literally could do that, but like look, see how I have to individually, and it's not even working every time I click. You have to like, that is so annoying for everyone involved. Ew. So oh my god, it won't undo that. I've never done that before. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna go and delete all them so that it's a clear table. Okay, cool. So now that we have our clear table, all you have to do, it's so simple, is literally drag it into this template area here. So this is kind of the area that will repeat whenever you click the button. And then instead of calling it a to-do, let's call it new meal plan. You could even call this like new week if you have like a meal planning section. But I'm just going to do that for now because this makes sense. So yeah, when you click it, you get a whole new meal plan, fresh and new. That works pretty well. You could then just go and delete your old ones, or you could have like an archive of your old ones, but that doesn't give us like as much data as we could have. And it also means that like, oh, by the way, you could also in your meal plan template, you could also say you have cereal every day, write it in now, do it in there, because it just saves you having to write it out again. Okay, let's say you always have cereal on Monday and Tuesday. Bam, cereal on Monday and Tuesday. You saved yourself a little bit of time, because this is probably the longest in terms of maintenance and upkeep. It was really simple to build though. Okay, so moving on to intermediate. Okay, cool. So now I want to make a meal database. So we're actually going to branch away from simple tables and we're going to use a database, a table database. So let's just call this meal database. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, and this is going to be super simple as well. I'm going to add a column for a URL and I'm going to call it link/cookbook. Okay, so this is again super easy to set up. It might just take a while it will take a while if you have a lot of meals that you routinely use. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in because this is not the hard part. So I'm just going to fill this in really quick. Okay, cool. So I've filled in a few items here in our meal database. I thought I'd quickly just show you some of the tags that we can use. So this makes it really easy. Say we have like 100 meals and we're like, I just want curry tonight. We can then use these tags to filter by our curries. So curry, let's put soup. And maybe you won't use this, but still it's kind of cool. And if you won't use it, don't make it, but you might use it in the future. So I'm just going to put easy because for me, pizza means a pizza out the box from the shop. I'm going to put hard. I was thinking for ages, what's a better word than hard that doesn't seem like resisting, but like I couldn't find one in my head. This is what I use. So I put links to different recipes that I'm making in here, and then I can literally, if I know I'm going to make it, I can just click the link. Alternatively, something that I also do is I put the link and then I'll also maybe like screenshot the ingredients or even just write out a list or like copy and paste a list of ingredients as well as the method so that I don't even have to go on like web browser. I can literally just see it all in here. So it depends kind of what works for you. But yeah, so I'm just going to fill those in and give an example. Okay, cool. So I went ahead and added in a link. And if I click this, it's going to take me exactly to the page where I found the recipe with all the stuff. But on the off chance that they delete this for some reason, I've also got a screenshot of the ingredients and then also the method. This is a super easy meal to cook. So I might even add easy there. Cool. Yeah, so moving on. So that is part of this intermediate thing. So we are going to add in our meal plan here, and looking at our new meal database, we can now do some cool things like link. So the shortcut I've used just there is I don't actually know the name of this, but it's the non-curly bracket that isn't, it's the square bracket, maybe that's the name. So here I'm going to search for my meal. So today I want pizza on a Monday, and there we go. And then let's do spinach and chickpea curry. It requires a bit of typing, but then it means that you don't always have to have your meal database open. You could have that somewhere else nested within your Notion, and then you could have your meal plan, in your weekly agenda, on your homepage, wherever you most want it. And then it saves you having to like go to your meal database. You can literally just click this now, it's going to open, and it's got the ingredients, it's got the method, so you can make that straight away. So that's an example. I'm not going to like go into too much depth for that because we've seen what it looks like. So now we're going to move on to more advanced meal databasing. I'm so glad if you're still here because your life's about to change if you've never experienced this before. So we are still going to use this meal database that we've made up here. So if you skip to this portion of the video, go back like 2 minutes, not even. I'll put a little link in or something. We just made this, but I'm assuming you know how to make something like that. Super simple, super easy. It's just got everything inside. Cool. I'm not going to go over it again. So yeah, for advanced, we are going to make a table inline, a table database. And this is going to be our version of the simple table. But obviously now we're advanced and we're cool like that. So let's just call it meal plan. because that's super easy. And then things are going to get a bit crazy here. So I'm going to add a date property, and I'm going to call it date prop. And you'll see kind of why in a second, okay? And then here I'm going to call this name column, the title column, the date. Pretty crazy, right? Not really. Okay, cool. Then we don't need this tags, so you can either delete it or change it into a formula property. So this is going to be our day column. Sure, why not? Formula. And then we're also going to make another formula property, and we're going to call this date copy, because we can't have date again. And you'll see why, and we don't actually need to like look at all of these all the time. And then I'm going to make another column, but I'm going to leave it as text for now. But this is going to be our relation property to our meal database, but we'll get there. Okay, so let's just call this meal, I think. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. So you're probably thinking, what is going on? Why is there so much dates going on here? This is just a meal plan, and yet it feels like a calendar. Fear not, because basically, I'm not going to even go explain it. We're just going to do it. We're just going to go there. Let's just go there together right now. So inside our date property, I'm going to load a list of dates for the month of March. I've already made all of these. So I made this is just like a bit crazy, but I'm from the UK, and if you paste dates into Notion from the UK, like in UK format, it formats it wrong. It thinks it's like all the dates are wrong, basically, at least for like maybe the first 10 days or whatever. So I like wrote them out all in the UK, like, you know how you can just drag it in Excel, and then I pasted it over and formatted it to be in the US. So I'm just going to copy all of March, and then I am literally just going to paste them all. So see how I've like clicked, I'm not inside. You can't even be, but I'm here. It's blue, and then I'm going to press Command or Control or whatever V to paste, and they're all just going to show up like that. So that's super cool. Okay, so inside date copy, we are going to literally do format prop date prop. If it loads, there we go. Prop date prop. Cool. And all that does is put it into this format. It doesn't really matter, but it basically makes it a text rather than a date. And that's what we need. For some reason, it just pastes better. I'll show you the difference. When we do that, in here, it like pastes like that. And I don't know, maybe you want that. Okay, if you want that, fine. Don't do this whole date copy thing. But I don't know. I like it like this, so let's do that. Whoa, I don't know why I'm all over the place. Okay, cool. Now we are going to do day. So I want this to tell me what day of the week it is, because maybe I want to maybe I have Taco Tuesday and I want to know if it's a Tuesday so that I can write that in easily. So let's now do format date. So this is for obviously formatting dates to, present how we want them to. So we're going to do prop, date prop, comma, open quotes, and we're going to do DDDD, which will tell us the day of the week. See how down here it's now got us in days. I believe if you do like that, it will make it shorter, that it will make it even shorter, that it will tell you like a number, but I don't really want any of that. I'm happy to have the full date. Cool. I mean the full day. Okay, so now that we have all of March loaded, I no longer need to look at these properties. I don't want to see them anymore. They annoy me, they're in the way, and they're not doing anything, okay? We've used them to their max for now. Cool. So now I'm going to handle our relation here. So I'm going to literally, tell you what, I'm going to scroll up. Okay. We are going to go property type, See, we're in advanced relation. And I'm going to search for meal database. Cool. So here now, so if I click in, it's going to load all of my meals. So let's say I want pizza on Tuesday. I want lentil soup. I want spinach chickpea curry, la 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 la. Cool. So that is like a basic advanced meal plan. So in practice, this is kind of long. I don't want to see the whole month necessarily at once. I just want to see today and maybe the week. So first of all, I'm going to add in a view and I'm going to call it this week. Okay. And usually when you make different views in Notion, it always like doesn't want to behave in terms of sort. So this is why it's a good idea to keep the date prop, because it's just going to keep everything in order. You can't see it, but it will kind of show us what's going on. And I'm also quickly just off screen going to add in today and this week on to into this because I've left that out. Okay. So I went ahead and added in February because that's what we're currently in. So now I don't want to see the whole month. So let's go to our filters and we are going to filter by date prop is today. So it's going to show me what I'm having today. This is great for a weekly agenda, or even like a daily agenda. I don't know how some people work in Notion. If you just want to see what you've got today, that is a perfect thing for that. But I also want to see the week, as I said. So date prop is within, I believe, the next week. Cool. So it shows me Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this is all going to work like clockwork on its own. You're never going to have to touch those filters again. These are just going to magically work as long as you've got the dates in your... Let's change this to like all. As long as you've got the dates, these are going to keep working and the filters are going to do the magic for you. Amazing. Cool. Now let's say... So here we only have meal. Maybe I want to make like a breakfast, lunch and dinner. Kind of how we did in the other one. So I'm going to add another relation, and let's say this is where you can go a bit customizing to yourself. You could have a breakfast database, you could have a lunch database, you could have a dinner database or a tea database. Personally, I'm just going to keep them all in one meal database, although it would like make it quicker because like when you load stuff, it's going to show you all of them, but maybe you just want to see breakfast ideas. But again, it's not really the end of the world. You could even just tag them by breakfast, but it doesn't really work in terms of relations. But anyway, this just keeps it kind of to two databases, nice and easy. So you can link multiple times in, you can relate things multiple times even in Notion. So let's say now I can do my lunch and my let's say this was like tea, so or dinner. So yeah, this is our similar to how we had it here. But let's say I just like cut myself off. Similar to how we had it here with the breakfast, lunch and dinner thing. You might not want that. Personally, I don't. I have the same lunch every day, pretty much. I don't need to plan that. I can just do that. But my teas, they're going to be different. But let's say you are a family of 5. Whoa. And you now need to look after 5 people and decide what they're having. Maybe they're all fussy and they all have different things, or maybe it's chill and they all have the same thing, but you know how the world works. So we can literally do the same thing now. Add another relation to the meal database, and let's give this person a name. For some reason, Paul is the name in my head. So this is what Paul is having for tea on Saturday. He's vegan. He's iconic. Okay, so there we go. Like, that is so easy. I know this works because my mum loves it. And she plans my dad's meal every week. And it keeps them on top of things, and then you can like plan your whole week and be like, okay, now I know what I need to go and get from the shops. I'm not like deciding what I'm having for tea in the shops. Everything's here. You can add, as many people, as many relations as you want. And another cool thing is that so by the way, in your meal database you're going to have all these relations showing up. You can literally just hide them. Obviously you might want to name them, like, actually I'll tell you what, let's undo that, because this is where it gets kind of cool. Well, I'm just gonna ride this tangent. Okay, so here we can see that we have, so this is Paul. This is, why did it just do that when I didn't even label it as Paul? Or maybe I did. And this is lunch. And this is tea. Okay, so here it's going to show us all the times that we've ever, logged in that meal for that relation. So this is kind of cool. So here, let's add like soup or something to Paul. So now in Paul's thing, we can see he's had soup on the 26th of February. And with relations, in Notion comes roll-ups, and roll-ups are really cool because they can basically like do things for you in terms of relations. So I'm just going to show you. Okay, so I want to say this like, I want to call this like times. That doesn't really make sense, but you'll see in a second. So, oh, that's weird. Okay, so for roll-ups, you have to pick the relation that you want to deal with. So I'm going to go with T. So here it's just showing me exactly what we're seeing there, but I actually want to look at, actually no, that's fine, but I actually want to calculate something different. So I want it to count all of the times that I've had this meal. Does that make sense? So here it's showing us, I'll put it next to tea. So here it's showing us how many times we've had pizza for tea, how many times we've had spinach and chickpea curry for tea. You could change this, but I don't really see like what you could really do other than that. So yeah, let's just go with that. And then that's what I mean about like data. That's a cool way of seeing, okay, maybe I'm having too much pizza, or maybe like, I don't know, maybe you don't want to do that, that's fine. But that's just like options that you have when it comes to more advanced setups in Notion. So this is all super cool. But let's say you are a family of 5. Sorry, there's like intense building work. Okay, anyway, we're moving on. Okay, let's say that you have like a meal planning area in Notion, like this, literally called meal planning in Notion, but you have a weekly agenda and you want to see your meal plan inside your weekly agenda. So let's just like make a weekly agenda right here. Why not? Weekly agenda. I love weekly agendas. I'm going to do a video on weekly agendas because they are everything and more. So I want to do a linked database here. Create linked database to my meal plan. Okay, and I know it looks crazy, but that's because we made it crazy, remember? We made it crazy. So now I'm just going to tidy it up real quick. I want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want this one. I'm going to be Paul. I've become obsessed with Paul for some reason. It's always... okay, I've made a rookie mistake here. It's always best to make a view before you... Oh, okay, it worked. It liked it. That was kind of nice. That was nice that it did that. But yeah, make a view before you start doing loads of stuff. I'm going to add in my filters and my sorts here. So let's just do that. Sort by day prop and filter. By day prop is today. So yeah, in my weekly agenda, now I can go, okay, I'm having soup for lunch. Okay, I'm having spinach and chickpea curry for tea. Super cool. And, you know, this might not be how your weekly agenda looks. So I'll just quickly make something up. Yeah, so maybe your weekly agenda looks something like this. You can, you know, it doesn't have to take up all the room in the world. It could just be there. Again, it could be the week. You could have a week view if you're, you know, trying to plan stuff. Is within next week. Cool. So yeah, this could be what your weekly agenda looks like. This is so bare bones, and you know, usually you have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever, however your weekly agenda works. Cool. So yeah, that is kind of it, I think. But yeah, that's a linked database view. So, you know, you can have your weekly agenda there. You can have your meal database section maybe over here, something like that. Okay, cool. And something I just forgot about, but I do want to mention, is this is something my family uses, but you know, we like to have a little like events, and this is where you could go crazy and like link it to a calendar or something. I'm not even going to try. This is already enough for me. But let's say I know I'm going to Paul's birthday, okay, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I need to, like, maybe I don't need tea that night because I'm going to my friend's house. She's gonna provide, Paul's gonna provide. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Something that we do. That's optional. Everything's optional. You don't have to do any of this. But yeah, so that is meal planning in Notion. There are, like, you could go crazy with this. You could go way further. Like I say, you could put it in a calendar. You could add ingredients as relations and roll-ups, and then, you know, if you were like a super crazy coder, you could code it to all land in your shopping list app. That's a bit too much for me. You know, it has its limitations because you might already have like spinach in your fridge, and you know, if you then put that in every time, you're gonna be like, okay, well, now I've got a shopping list full of spinach. So trust me, I've tried. I've tried to go that crazy. It just has its limitations. This takes the least maintenance. Every week, every day, it's gonna show a new day, and you can just go, okay, I'm having this. Or you can wait till a certain day of the week and then, you know, plan ahead. You could even make views of like next week, using the filters. And then voila, your life is easy. Whereas these, you know, and then like you can archive these easy tables, but it's not going to show you the data that, you know, the what did we do? Yeah, the roll-ups are going to give you. So yeah, there are your options for meal planning in Notion. Let me know if you have any ideas, any like obvious things I've missed. That'd be really cool. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos if you're looking for tips in Notion. So yeah, more videos to come. I have not been very active, but more videos are coming. I might do one on habit trackers, weekly agendas, the whole shaboodle. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. Go check out my Discord. Go join my Discord. Go email me any questions. I am being more active. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.